Hey guys and girls, my name is Alan and today I'll be doing the trailer analysis for the Call of Duty Infinite Warfare reveal trailer. This trailer was officially revealed yesterday and it confirms quite a few things which I will go into more detail later on. So basically Call of Duty 2016 has been officially announced and it will be called Infinite Warfare, and as the rumours have suggested, it will be set in space, or at least quite a lot of it anyway. So without further ado, let's get started and I'll talk you through it as we're watching the trailer. Alright, so immediately as you can see, there's a spaceship. It's coming through orbit and it's flying through the sky, and the background chatter is communications about an attack that's taking place. And if we keep watching, alright, so as you can see, this place is getting torn up. It's an invasion of some sort.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so as you can see, a city's being attacked. Soldiers dropping in, ships are coming through the air.
We are getting breaking news out of Switzerland.
Geneva has suffered a massive.
Okay, so if you heard there in the background, they do mention Switzerland, they mention Geneva, so this is somewhere in Europe. And now we get sort of a first look at the characters, I guess, that are going to feature in the campaign. So front and center, there's a female character. Notice a little patch on her arm. I'm not too sure what country that represents. Weapon itself looks like it could be some sort of a P90 variant. It looks like compact, but like it's got the same sort of frame. But the thing to note in the background is, of course, is a robot. It's like a GI unit from Black Ops 3. So again, you got the sort of future technology returning again. Probably a sign of things to come, to be honest. But as I said, we'll roll on and we'll continue.
Death count continues to rise.
So you got yourself another little logo on the arm. It's like a V. It features quite a few times later on in the trailer, and I'll highlight it when I see it, but I'm not too sure exactly what it stands for at this point in time. Soldiers seem to be wearing helmets. They could be like pilots or something like that. Maybe they've crashed or something.
And there's no end in sight. This is Top Cat Sovereign.
And again, if you just back it up a little bit to this scene here, so if you noticed, there's a V here as well, but it's like it's the other way around. It's pointing up, so it's like an A shape. Now I don't know if it's the same logo but just flipped upside down, or if these are two like different factions or something. And again, something to note immediately here is the thing that I just clicked on. When I was watching this trailer the first time, I was obviously one of the first things I was looking out for was exosuits, because in recent years, and I won't go into it because I know it's already been talked over quite a few times, but people either don't really like the momentum system and stuff like that associated with exosuits, or they love it. Most of the OG players, not too big of a fan, myself included. So I was happy to see there were no exo frames, but then I did notice that there was this pack, and it looks to me like it could be a boost pack. And well, I'll continue for now, but we'll talk more later. So again, you got yourself a big ship coming in, and then when it rolls back down to the troops, again, I think that's a GI unit. If I just back it up quickly. So when they first introduce the scene, so again, you got the V shape there, well, the pointing arrow, and then I think there's a GI unit there. I don't know if they're called GI units, I'm just assuming they're called the same thing. So well, nothing much to talk about here really. The soldiers just run in and blah blah blah. Okay, so something I wanted to mention about this scene here. There we go, I just missed it. These guys seem to wear a different type of uniform. They've got the red patches, they've got different logos. I'm thinking this might be the enemy faction. The weapons slightly different as well, but another compact frame weapon. So I think these are both SMGs that have been revealed so far. And then again in the background you've got, I think, more GI units. See, now when I was first watching this scene, I was quite happy that there were no there was no boost jumping. You'd think in a scene like this that there would be boost jumping and stuff. And obviously in the back, well, just quickly mentioning in the background, there's like a support ship or something. There's a guy with LMG, I think, on the side, and then there's obviously the big cannons at the front. But again, this looks like the enemy faction unit. A bit of a closer up look. Now I'm gonna let that roll, but blink and you'll miss it. If you just take it back a second, pay attention to the left hand side of the screen as I'm playing this. Boom. See that? Did you see that? Left hand side. Boost packs. So immediately this is where my attention just went, not paying attention anymore. But for the purposes of this trailer, I will carry on. So as you can see, boost jumps do return, unfortunately. I don't know if that means all the other exo abilities are going to return, you know, like dashing and all that crap. But instantly, for me, I've lost interest in this game. Well, apart from one thing, there is one thing that I want to talk about, and that will come towards the end of the trailer, but we'll cover that when we get to it. Okay, so another look again at the boost pack and the logo. I think this one's got something else inside the logo, so I don't know, maybe the other one just wasn't very clear. But if you're listening to the background commentary, he mentioned something about not noticing the attack even though they were sort of like friendlies. So the main enemy faction group in this game is called the Settlement Defense Force, or SetDef if you want to get all, you know, abbreviation-y. Basically, this game is set in the future where Earth has colonized other planets and asteroids and stuff like that, and SetDef is sort of I don't know, the way they've described it, it seems like it could be like a PMC, like a private military corporation sort of thing, and so they just obviously provide defense for all the settlements that are not on Earth basically. But now that they've grown to a point where they can take on the forces on Earth, they've sort of they're attacking them and I guess holding them to ransom, I suppose, or maybe they just want to take over the planet. I don't really understand the plot line, to be honest. I don't really get it. If you could colonize other planets, why would you go for Earth when clearly people are moving away from Earth? But that's whatever. That's another topic for another day. Right, this scene's quite interesting. Well, not that interesting, but if you look closely as this thing's rolling down the hill, it looks to me like it could be. Oh, just missed it. Just take it back a second. There we go. So if you look there, that looks like a set of step ladders. And when I first saw this, I thought it might be just a piece of debris that's flown off the building or something. But it seems to me that that's like the cockpit of a plane or of some sort of airship, and that's obviously broken off and it's now rolling down the hill towards these soldiers.
We have no precedent for this. We have no playbook for this, and apparently we have little time.
Okay, so aerial combat returns, as you can see in the background, because of the jet. Again, I think these are the enemy faction units. I'm not too sure, but they're being taken out by the air support. There's a little logo in the background. I don't know if that's anything to do with the story or if it's just like a generic building with a flag on it. And if you look at this car exploding, so cars, we still drive cars in the future. When it explodes, it sort of fizzles with electricity, so it's probably like a battery-powered car sort of thing, which has just gone up.
Let me make our situation absolutely clear.
So again, as you can see, there's going to be a cockpit that you can jump into and you can fly, but that's not too surprising given the setting of the game.
We are now at war with the Settlement Defense Front.
And there you go. He mentions the Settlement Defense Front. So even though I talked about it earlier, because as I said, I've seen this trailer a couple of times now, but he does openly say it.
Godspeed, captains.
Okay, so I mean, he says captain, so obviously the setting is space and flight and all that stuff. So there's going to be I think the emphasis now is on troops that are pilots, you know, instead of in the past where it would have been like ground infantry, so that sort of thing. But I don't know, I guess you could have captains that are above ground and in the air, I suppose. But something to note in this scene is obviously the big ships. They are taking off almost vertically and they're heading through the atmosphere into space, and that just shows you how much technology has progressed in this particular game, because obviously to go from Earth's atmosphere and then to breach that and to go through orbit into space is quite impressive. And notice as well, pay attention to these two little ships at the front. So I think this is similar to what you're currently piloting, or whoever this is piloting. But do you notice how compact they are as they're breaching the atmosphere and going into space?
You got eyes on this, Reyes?
And then there we go. And as you see, they're just as they level out sort of thing. They sort of pop out these little wings on the side, and that might be for like generic flighting sort of. So obviously compact when you're going through the atmosphere, and then obviously when you're in space, you just sort of transform into like just a normal.
Affirmative.
And then, as you can see, there will be space battles. As they fly into orbit, they encounter enemy ships. On the left-hand side, there's that V again. This time pointing down. So I don't know. I'm starting to think that maybe that boost pack is just upside down then, and that V is like, I don't know, the logo of whichever home faction you're fighting for. And it's all about to kick off.
Let's get in there.
And as you saw there, the guns popped out. And also, if you paid attention to the ships on the front there, I think something also changed on there as well. So again, so they've changed from different forms of flying to then now they're in a combat stance sort of thing. And there is one other stance as well. If you carry on watching, this one here. I don't know if this is a different type of ship or if it's the same one, but again, just in a different setup. You know, has it got that sort of collapsible wing thing going on? I don't really know, but there you go. See, so I don't know if that's a different ship altogether or if it's the same one but just set up for different whatever it's doing at the time. If I just take it back again, so as you can see, some of these ships are really big. The one in the background, for instance, that one there. It looks like a cruiser of some sort. Well, you know, an equivalent size to a cruiser in water, but obviously in space. So I think if it wasn't brutally obvious now, we've basically transitioned from fighting on Earth to fighting in space, and I genuinely don't understand why they've decided to take this direction. Infinity Ward, obviously the OG creators of Call of Duty, brought us Modern Warfare series, and now it's come to this, fighting in space.